Hi there, Malcolm here with my 40th Booktube video, and today I'll be doing August's TBR pile. Yes, I'm aware we're already a little way into August now, but better late than never. Now it's the holidays, the kids are home, and various other things are up in the air, so I might not get as much reading done as I would normally like. So I'm going for more conservative 9 books this month. This is what they are. First up is August's book of the month, Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. I spotted this on one of the tables and Waterstones and so picked it up as it looked really intriguing. Heavily inspired by the Scooby-Doo TV series, the story follows what was once a variation on the Scooby Gang, having all grown up now. And they are compelled to revisit their last case together. And so they try to reunite, what with one having just come out of prison, one in an asylum, one who is heavily into drink, one's dead, and one being the grandson of the other one. Like I said, I picked it up on a whim as it looked to be really fun. Following that, this month's library book, Beyond the Ice Limit by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. This actually is the book 4 of the Gideon Cruise series and the direct sequel to the book The Ice Limit. However, there is a note to our readers bit at the back explaining that every effort has been made to make this a standalone book so that you don't have to have read any of the previous works, which I haven't. In the previous story, there was an effort to retrieve a giant meteorite which went wrong, and the meteorite ended up at the bottom of the ocean. In this story, it looks like the meteorite has actually hatched and some alien menace is growing from it. So the mission this time is to destroy it. I picked this one up to read on the beach. With those two out of the way, it's back to my normal reading pile, continuing the reread of The X-Files Skin by Ben Mesrick, where Mulder and Scully try to track down a skin graft patient who, as a result of his latest operation, seems to be imbued with superhuman and violent strength. It's been at least 10 years since I last read this one. Don't really remember a huge deal. Really enjoying it so far. Following on from that, I intend to continue Mariel of Redwall, book 4 of the Redwall series by Brian Jacks. So far I'm halfway through this one, and I hope to finish it by the end of the month. This adventure surrounds a mouse called Mariel, who escapes from the clutches of an evil rat, finds her way to Redwall Abbey, and presumably then takes the fight back to the rat again to rescue her father. A nice gentle fantasy that perhaps isn't as gentle as you believe it would be. Now, like I say, I'm not expecting to be reading too much this month, but if I do finish this, then I'll be moving on to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Angel Chronicles Volume 1, which are the novelisations of 3 Angel-heavy episodes, which are Angel, Reptile Boy and Lie to Me. It's a thin volume, so I should get through this quite quickly. If I can manage to get that one in, then I'll move on to StarCraft Ghost Nova by Keith R.A. DiCandido. And this is a tie-in novel for the computer game StarCraft Ghost, which never happened. However, Nova did feature in the StarCraft 2 series, so still relevant. Now to the graphic novels, starting with Star Wars Droids Rebellion. I have started this and hopefully will finish it by the end of the week, let alone the month. This directly follows on from the previous story of just Star Wars droids. R2-D2 and C-3PO are chasing the notorious Olag Grek, who's always up to some sort of mischief. When I finish that one, I'll move on to a reread of Star Wars Jabba the Hutt. I remember enjoying this one last time I read it, and it gives a little bit more background about Jabba the Hutt. This story shows just how dangerous Jabba the Hutt really is, even on his own. And then I'll move on to Star Wars The Force Unleashed, based upon the computer game of the same name, which follows Darth Vader's secret apprentice, who he takes on to destroy the Emperor. However, the Emperor already knows about all this and uses him to create the rebellion, thereby putting all the eggs in one basket to be destroyed. So those are 9 titles I hope to finish this month. Other readings will include what I'm reading to other members of the family. For my oldest, I'm reading the 3rd book in the Willard Price series, Underwater Adventure by Willard Price. In a change of form from collecting animals on a scientific expedition to explore sunken ships, and so it's essentially a treasure hunt. And as usual with these stories, there's an unpleasant member who wants things to go his own way. To my younger son, I'm reading Muddle Earth 2 by Paul Stewart and Chris Riddle. And this is a Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia, Harry Potter spoof, where Henry and his sister pass through a wardrobe portal into Muddle Earth and find themselves on 3 adventures. We're now on the 3rd adventure, titled Pesticide the Flower Fairy, which will be the culmination of the minor story arc that's been going throughout. Where have all those missing things been going to, and why? And to my wife, I'll be reading the 2nd book of the Spellslinger series, Shadow Black by Sebastian de Castell, which follows failed mage Kellen, who is now an outlaw, his business partner Righteous, the squirrel cat. They bump into Sanira, who is mysteriously blindfolded, who seems to be the target of a very specific plague. Great stuff, really entertaining. I can't praise this series enough. There we have it, that's my planned reading for August. I must confess I have already read 2 of those now, but this is the TBR, not the wrap-up. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of those books I've just shown you, but as usual, if you have nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. And if you're starting to know what to read for this month, then may I recommend my very own Flavours, a short story compilation. This is volume 1. I'm planning to do more. Sale in the Kindle store now. This contains 9 short stories of varying themes, from the farcical to the horrific, and hopefully there's something in there for everyone. Until next time, see you later.